What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Judith Plains, Montana $10 million challenge. I hope y'all are doing well. So in this one, we have a lot to do. We have to bale up the straw that we did from our harvests, from the wheat and barley harvests. We have to take the cotton down to the spinnery, get the spinnery running, and we are going to buy a field here in a little while. And then we also have a couple extra things to do. Probably do a selling session for the eggs, for the chicken eggs, and a couple extra things. I want to harvest this alfalfa. If we end up buying a field, it's going to be field 59. I want to harvest that. But we'll see where we get. We need to also mulch these fields. So I found something out. If y'all, while we get going on this, I'm gonna grab, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna grab the semi truck and I'm gonna start picking up these bales of cotton. But if you remember in the last episode, I was wondering why the cotton, either last episode or episode before, I was wondering why the cotton wasn't given a great yield. It was given like 117, 118 instead of like 123. And it's because we're not mulching. So when we mulch, I thought initially it was us spraying the field instead of using a hoe, but it's not that. It is definitely because we don't mulch the field, which when precision farming is off, it really doesn't have that big of an effect. But with precision farming on, it has a drastic effect on your fields. So we are going to grab a mulcher. I downloaded a mod for it. It is on Mod Hub, and I'll get to that here later, but we're going to pick up these cotton bales right quick, get them over to the spinnery, and then we're going to bale up all that straw that we got. And then after that, we'll probably look into buying field 59, getting that harvested. We're going to take that alfalfa and turn it into silage, so that way we have even more silage. I think we're running pretty low on it. We have 0 in the tank. We have 525,000 corn silage that is being created at the moment, but I don't think that's going to be enough to last the cows because they are going, or the buffaloes, they are going through food like crazy. It is insane how much these buffaloes are going through food. Wasn't I able to fit more the last time? I feel like I was. Let me see. I think I might have changed the settings on this. Let's unload. And we're gonna stack instead of layer. Nope. Same amount. Okay. Well, this might take a little bit of extra time, but that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and send it anyways. So yeah, I'll bring y'all back once these cotton bales are all in the spinnery. We'll see how much we got. Right now we have 50,000 liters on the back of the truck, so I think it's about 110,000 liters is about what we got in the last episode. We had the AI take care of this cotton harvest, so. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this stuff there, and I'll see y'all here in a minute. Okay, I don't even know what happened there. I didn't turn, I didn't hit nothing. I think there is an invisible collision on this bridge. I have so many problems with flipping this truck on this bridge. I've fallen over to that field down there. This is ridiculous. I've got to stop doing this. It happened in the last episode. This is ridiculous. I did it 3 times in the last episode. Crazy. I'm gonna have to start calling a tow company because they'll be making a killing off me. I'm telling you. We are rolling back up to the farm. there is an invisible collision on that bridge. But it's not when you're going down, but it's when you're going back up the bridge. Right in the middle, there's a collision. And I don't know why, but probably just a bug. And if y'all can't tell from that time lapse, my driving is not on point today. I don't know what's going on, but me and my driving is not okay today. But we're still gonna get things done today, so that's okay. Next, we're gonna go ahead and grab this baler. We're gonna lease it. We only have $348,000. And that field, I think, is like 250, 260. So as long as we stay in that ballpark, we should be good. We have eggs coming up in November, so it's no big deal if we go ahead and lease the baler. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. And we're also gonna lease this mulcher. The mulcher is gonna cost like $2,000 to lease. Nothing crazy. Yeah, the baler though, that's gonna cost some money. Actually, I have a little bit of a surprise for you guys. I do have a surprise. So, I found this mod in my personal series, and a lot of it was to save time. My biggest thing is about saving time, more or less, on how long I'm doing certain jobs. Because if I'm doing corn silage, right, for example, and I'm using this forage harvester and a trailer, it takes me about an hour and a half to 2 hours to do that harvest, even on just 10 acres. I found a mod that's both realistic but unrealistic at the same time and saves so much time. It took me, whenever I was using it, to do a 10-acre field of corn silage, it took me about 20 minutes total, I think. And that's with a smaller width header. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. This mod is on ModHub. It is the Lizard Agriflex SPB. It is a baler. And it's also does corn silage and it does mowing. Now, the realistic part is that this baler does work like normal, but it's a round baler and you can keep going because it has a pre-chamber, much like the cotton harvester that we have. It has a pre-chamber. Once that pre-chamber is full, it moves it to the bale. Makes sense? So if you have corn silage, for example, it's going to make it into bales. Same thing with any type of mowing or grass harvest, whatever that you do, it's going to automatically go into a bale. So it saves time on mowing, which we do a lot of because of the TMR, and we're about to do even more of it because the sheep need grass and we need the wool for the fabric for the spinnery, right? But it's also going to save time, a lot of time on my end for corn silage. And also y'all are actually going to see the full corn silage harvest. I think I've done one episode back in Riverbend Springs where y'all saw the full harvest. And that's it. Out of all the times that we've done corn silage, that's the only time. I want y'all to see the full harvest. So, here's where it gets a little bit unrealistic. If you look at these headers, this header starts out at 4.6 meters. That is the standard. Now, our header that we have on the forage harvester is 9 meters. We can do an 8 meter, which is considered unrealistic. But again, if it's 8 meters, our header is 9, we're only losing a meter. But at the same time, I would have to use these width markers. Okay? I don't really want to do that, if I'm being perfectly honest. Now, you can go 15 meters, which is completely unrealistic. We will not be doing that. Not on this series. That doesn't make sense. And this is a challenge for a reason. So, I say we go with the standard 6 meter header, okay? Well, 4.6 meter header, excuse me. And we stay in the most realistic place that we can while trying to save as much time as we can, if that makes sense. This baler, we can have an unrealistic bale of 9 times the amount of a normal bale. We're going to be doing 1.5 times because that's the lowest I can go. I can't go any lower. The bales come out to about 11,000 liters of whatever you're trying to harvest. So that's alfalfa, grass, chaff, whatever. Okay. And it's 235,000. We need the 3-point. So that brings it up to 237,000. We need the mower header as well. Now, we're not doing, this is the 5-meter one. So this one is 5 meters. Mower header works just like normal. You can go up to 15 on this. Again, this mod is on Mod Hub. Find it right there. It is the Lizard Agriflex SPB. I think we can do this. So we're going to sell, let's see, there we go. We're going to sell the forage harvester. And it's $272,000. So that gives us the money for that baler. And then we're also going to sell the header because we can't use that header on this machine. So we had to find that. I don't remember what brand it was. Let's find it right quick. So here's the header. Header is $72,000. So that covers the next header. Then we're going to sell our mowers because again, we don't need it, right? And that will not fully cover the mower. So we're going to have to come a little bit out of pocket, but not very much. So we're at $348,000 right now. We're going to sell this, the forage harvester. We're going to sell the John Deere 390 Plus header or the forage harvester. And we're going to sell our mowers. Now we're going to go back into the store. Buy the baler with the 3-point. Going to do BKT tires like we always do. No additional cost. Standard bale. All the good things. We're going to keep it this color. Yeah, I thought about matching to John Deere, but I don't want to, so this is fine. We're going to buy this. Now to buy the headers. Standard widths. All the good things. All the realistic things. As realistic as we possibly can be. And we're down to $379,000. We didn't even spend all that much. Real time. So, we're gonna grab the mower header right now. And then we're gonna go ahead and start baling up that straw. This machine runs at 13 miles an hour when you're harvesting. And that includes corn silage. That's the other unrealistic thing is this thing moves at 13 miles an hour when you're corn silage harvesting. A forage harvester moves at 5 miles an hour. I'm kind of okay with the 13 miles an hour because we have the decrease of header width. So it kind of compensates for each other. And I'll take that. It makes it seem faster, but it's not actually faster, if that makes sense. So we're going to get back over to the field. We're going to go ahead and bale up the straw. And then after that, we're going to mulch these fields and get that done. And I will see y'all after the straw bales, probably. Alright, so far we have 50 bales. Well, close to it. We have 45, excuse me, 46 now. This baler is awesome. I'm loving it. I had to play with the bale size, because the biggest bale it can do is 180 centimeters. Problem with that is it holds like 15,000 liters of straw, which is unrealistic in my opinion, because the biggest bale that's base game is, I think, 11,000. I've never seen anything above 11,000 before. I do see 11,000 in the square balers. I'm not too sure what the max liters is on round bales, but again, as long as it maxes out at 11,000, I'm comfortable with going ahead and sending it. So we're gonna keep doing that. We are gonna need to lease the bale pickup trailer, because me and round bales don't get along. So as far as loading goes, I just don't get along with them, which sucks because we just sold that auto load trailer. That's unfortunate. Just realized that. That's unfortunate. That's okay. I'm not going to recoup the costs or anything like that. We're just going to lease it. We'll buy it outright later. I don't want to spend any money unless it's on a field, man, because we need more fields. We need more fields. Gotta get more fields. Because I think where we sit right now, we are, if the productions stay up and running, we are very close to meeting our goal of $10 million in a year. Very close. As long as we have the productions running full speed the entire year, we can meet our goal. But we need Jack Daniels and we need the pizza factory. Those two things we need to get. We're gonna sell the bread factory. We're gonna get Jack Daniels. We're gonna get pizza, and we're gonna get the canned processing plant for peas. I downloaded another mod. I'm all about mods. I don't know about you guys, but I'm all about mods as long as it's on Mod Hub. Third-party mods, kinda meh, but I'm okay with third-party maps, if that makes sense. But anyways, I downloaded a mod where we don't use the pea harvester, we use a combine harvester instead with a grain header. So, the whole reason why I don't do peas in the first place was because of the pea harvester and how it only has like a 3,000 liter capacity, and you're unloading all the time. You have to use a specific trailer because the what's it called? The thing that empties into the trailer, whatever that's called, is too short to fit big trailers. So whenever you're doing, fields this size, you're unloading and loading all the time. And the reason why I want the can factory is because you can't store peas. So you can't sell them at the best price. You're selling them pretty much at the lowest price every time because it's harvest season. So in order to make a profit off of peas, the best profit you can, canning them is the best, because it gets, I think it's like 6,000 per 1,000 liters, give or take. And then the peas are, if you sell them outright, are like 3,000, but on the low end it's like 2,900. So you're losing a lot of money just selling the peas instead of processing them. But if we did peas, Jack Daniels, and pizza on top of what we have now, I think we're more than capable of, one, keeping all that running, and two, making $10 million in a year. More than capable. We are going to sell the city dairy, and we're going to keep the ghost dairy. Reason being, I want to be able to sell the excess buffalo milk, rather than just making it into, rather than whenever we get to October, if there's 120,000 liters in the dairy, I want to be able to sell the 120,000 liters that's in the pen with the buffalo on top of the buffalo mods. So we're double dipping with buffaloes at that point. But I'm starting to get on a good mindset with this challenge. I haven't really been in a good mindset with it because I wasn't actually sure if it was possible. I hadn't done the math, and I was kind of like, If it happens, it happens, great. If it doesn't, then I fail the challenge, and it is what it is. We start another challenge. But I know mathematically it is more than possible to make $10 million in a year. That's what we're going to do. But we're also going to go ahead and finish up this straw right quick so we can go move on to mulching these fields. And I'll see y'all here in a second. All right, we're all done with the baling. We ended up with 86 bales. More than enough. So I don't know where to put this thing. I think I'm going to put it where we had the harvester, the forage harvester. But I don't think it's going to fit. So we're just going to park it right here for now. We need to lease out the bale trailer, which is down here somewhere. There it is. This guy right here. PKTs. And lease it, not buy it. 2,500, not bad. We'll take the case, grab it, and come back here. Alright, we have the bale trailer. We're on our way back to the farm right now. If you've watched up to this point, go ahead and smash that like button for me. Also, leave me a comment down below and let me know what your favorite part about this challenge has been so far. But we're going to pick up these 86 bales. We need to, before we get too far from the shop, let's go ahead and lease that mulcher right quick. Almost forgot. Because we need to do both. Let's go ahead and do this. We'll lease it. It's $4,400. That's not bad. So vehicle leasing costs are going to be a little pricey, but so far we're still able to buy a field. That's all I care about. As long as we're able to buy a field, that's all I care about. Even if we have to buy it in November after we... Actually, let's check that too. Let's check the egg prices. And let's see if they're going to be better or not. Eggs are at 2,400, so 2,520 in November. So we'll sell them in November. No big deal. But we have more than enough to go ahead and buy a field. We are going to do that after the mulching though. And if we have time, we're going to harvest that alfalfa. That alfalfa is going to go to silage. And then I think we'll have a grass field later on. That canola field's probably going to be our grass field, but we'll see. And that grass is going to go to the hay ventilation for the sheep. So we also need hay for TMR, but we have I think we have plenty in the TMR production as it sits, so we should be okay on hay. We're definitely good on straw now. Like, straw is fine. We are more than enough on straw. But silage has been the kind of bottleneck on that TMR production. We're at 600,000 liters of TMR left in the production, which is not very much for these buffaloes. They are going through food like crazy. But yeah, we're gonna pick these up right quick and then get right into the mulching. Oh yeah, I do need to turn off crop destruction. So the reason being, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off right quick and then explain. So if you look right here at the weeds in the field, you notice how there's these blank spaces? Those blank spaces aren't gonna get mulched. Those blank spaces are tire marks from where the crop destruction happens after harvesting. So in order for us to get a full field of mulched field, the only way to do that is to turn off crop destruction. So we're still going to play as if it's turned on, and then whenever it comes time to mulch, we'll have a full field of mulched field. So go from there, and hopefully that'll fix our yield problem with the cotton. I think it will. I think we'll be just fine, and maybe we'll even get an increased yield on this wheat and barley harvest on the next harvest. We're not gonna have. I don't think we'll have canola. If we do, it's gonna be later. But we won't have a mulched field. I don't know if you can mulch grass or not. I don't know. I'll try it and see, but I don't know if you can mulch grass or not. It'd be kind of weird if you could, though. All right, now the straw is all done. We ended up with, let's check it right quick, 934,000 liters total of straw now. We had, I think, like 200,000 in there, give or take. So we're at 750,000 liters of TMR, so that's really good. But now it's one of my favorite times is to go ahead and buy another field. Field 59, looking very promising for alfalfa. We could do 53, get 12 acres for 117 expected, or 51 with 117 expected. I'm on the fence because I would like the alfalfa for our sheep. But on the same token, I want, and they're all the same size. So you got a 10-acre field, an 11-acre field, and then a 12-acre field. This one's 318,000, 12 acres. The 11-acre is 293, and the 10-acre is 274. I'm torn because I really want a field that we can put like peas in or something, but we really need the alfalfa. Really need it to get the sheep going. I think we go ahead and buy this. I really do think that. Send it. Let's buy it. And now we have another 11-acre field. Next is, depending on how well sales go, we might end up getting 48. 26-acre field or 58. 27-acre field, but higher expected yield. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we can get this field. I'm targeting 58. We need 27 acres. Not just for, probably not for cotton though, because since we have the sheep now for wool to go into the fabric, we don't really need to compensate. So at that point, the cotton is just kind of there. It's just helping with a faster production. That's all it's doing. So 58 would probably end up being corn, if I'm being honest, because we could do 58 for corn harvest, 56 for corn silage, and then canola in 49 and 50, wheat in 54, barley in 52, and then in 59 would be our flexible field where we could do corn or canola or wheat or barley depending on what we actually need for that year. So I think that's what we're going to do. All right, here we go. So we need to press on to November because it's getting dark out. And we're going to sell these eggs. Let's go make sure the eggs over here are empty out of the triggers. So that way we can get as much eggs as we possibly can. And it looks like they are. Yeah, they're all out of the triggers. So we'll go ahead and press on to November. Sell the eggs. And then probably harvest some alfalfa. All right, welcome to a very rainy November so far. It is 8:02 in the morning. Let's check the prices. and prices are above peak at BNSF Montana. I think that's the train, and I don't like doing the train sales, so we are going to go to the small farmers kiosk. We get that extra 20%. And that should actually boost us pretty good. That extra 20% should boost us pretty good. I am going to slow time down to 0.5, so that way we don't lose any money on the way to sell. But yeah, I'm going to get these loaded up right quick, and we're going to go head to the farmer's kiosk. Alright, we are here at the small farmer's kiosk. Oh no, I unlatched those by accident. There we go. Let's relatch those so that way I don't lose them. Okay, we're at the small farmer's kiosk, and let's go ahead and sell these eggs right quick. Watch that bank account. 200, let's see. We're at $245,000 now. We ended up getting $161,000 plus $16,000. That's an incredible amount for just eggs. The chickens were fed the entire year, I think. I'm pretty sure from cell to cell. I think they were fed the entire time. I don't think they ever stopped producing eggs, so. And I don't think I ever missed any either whenever we would roll over months. So I think we actually ended up getting full production out of those chickens, so that's not bad. That's not bad at all. So we're gonna go and I'm gonna see how much pizza is. I think the pizza factory is only like 50,000. If it's only 50,000, we need 2 greenhouses because we're gonna be doing chili peppers and garlic. We either need 2 or 1. I don't know if 1 will suffice or not. 1 greenhouse will suffice or not. I'm pretty sure it will, but I'd rather be safe than sorry and just do 2 greenhouses, 2 large greenhouses. And that should cover all of that pretty well. And we are going to probably end up selling 250 water buffaloes and then buying 250 adult dairy cattle because we need cheese for pizza. I prefer an all meat pizza myself. What do y'all prefer? What kind of pizza do y'all prefer? I prefer cheese or all meat pizzas, sausage, pepperoni, sometimes like ham, you know. Delicious. Pineapple does not go on pizza. Don't even get me started on pineapple and pizza. It doesn't go on it. However, we're gonna get going on that alfalfa harvest. We're gonna probably, let's go ahead and speed up time. Let's go to 9:30. See if it's still raining. I'm not really worried about the rain as much as I am worried about how dark it is. Hopefully it does stop raining. Yes, cool. So 9:30, there we are. We're gonna get started on this alfalfa. We're gonna get a worker going on mulching because I keep forgetting about that. We need to do that. So I'm gonna hop in the deer, get that worker going, and then I'll see y'all at the field for alfalfa. All right, we gotta do this alfalfa right quick. But I just realized I missed 4 bales on this field and 2 other bales on the barley field. I knew I missed 2 bales on the barley field because I had was playing with the those settings, right? The bale settings, but those 4 I did not mean to miss. I completely blanked out there. I didn't even see them. So we'll have to get those to the TMR production. So that means we have over 1 million liters worth of straw, which is phenomenal. That's fantastic, actually. So far, it looks like we're getting a pretty decent yield out of this. For some reason, the percentage doesn't work for this mod, if you look in the left-hand side of the screen there. But it does work on the yield map down on your bottom left corner. So, maybe that works. These are 8,000 liter bales, so I can live with that. As long as we don't get 80, because at 80 on during the last bale session, I ended up running out of bale net, and I don't have any more on the farm, so we'd have to buy more. But either way, I'm gonna go ahead and get this alfalfa harvest done, and I will see y'all after. Alright, y'all, we're about halfway done. I'm gonna have to end it here. My son's trying to wake up. It's pretty late. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, so I'm not surprised he's kind of wiggling around a lot. So if you end up enjoying this video, go ahead and smash that like button for me. Also, hit that subscribe button for me if you really enjoy this content. If you do, and you hit that subscribe button, you're going to get notifications every single time that I post, as long as you hit that notification bell. But I hope y'all did enjoy this video, and as always, I'll catch y'all in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it.